Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, I'm feeling hype.
Oh,
Gents.
man, yeah. Let the hype flow through you.
Gentlest of men.
Yeah.
I feel so hype.
It's a cleansing hype. It's a hype cleanse.
It is. It's so.
Welcome to another episode of Hype Cleanse.
Yeah, blasting so much hype right up your sweet beehole.
Nice.
I mean, that's where hype goes.
It's a
That's
hype
where-
colonic.
That's your hype, that's your hype wallet.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Hypecast.
Hi,
On
Hype.
show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bell.
And I am chairman of the board, Jeff May.
Hello, sir.
Son of a
Good.
bitch. He swooped in and got it again.
Could you believe it?
Yeah.
I just I carrot topped you.
You did. You
I
really
mean,
did.
yeah,
In my mind, it was the poster for chairman of the board, only it was you riding on that surfboard instead of Carrot Top.
Mhm.
That's me.
Also, now you own us, right? Because that's the podcast rules. Is if you, like, it's legally binding now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a leprechaun curse. As long as he's the first one who says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have to
Where's
follow
me
the
episode
rules.
of Hypecast?
Oh, I am the CEO of Hypecast. No.
Jeffrey,
It's good.
how are you?
It's good to be back on the show. It's been a while. I've been running around like a darn fool with his head cut off. Pardon my language. And I kind of said, hey, I'll do a Hypecast. It's like the whole thing. I was like, hey, I haven't done one in a while. You want me to do one?
Yeah.
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 That was it.
It's a delight to speak to you, Jeff.
I need enough. I need more Dave.
You get tons of Tom. You don't get enough Dave in your life.
Yeah, Tom and Jeff watch Batman. Jeff and Dave don't do much.
Mm-mm. No, they
Yeah.
don't. They don't
Yeah,
share
yeah.
any interests. They
I
don't
don't
do any
think-
activities together.
Oh, let's make a podcast called Jeff and Dave Don't Do Much. And we just kind of quietly sit there and try to make conversation.
Funny story is I just announced literally this morning because I don't know if you knew this, but as of our recording today, it is International Podcast Day. So
I know.
congratulations to my two other straight white male partners here.
Oh, yeah.
But I did make an announcement that I am doing a monthly show on my Patreon with somebody and with Kim Kral, and it's called Ugh, Fine, We Have a Podcast. 'Cause I just keep getting harassed to do a podcast with Kim, so I'm like, fine, I'll just do it. Like it was.
That's great.
It's a full on capitulation to create a podcast.
Oh,
Listen, that's why
wonderful.
social media was created, to bully artists into doing things they don't want to do.
People are like,
Yeah.
how many do you do? 4? Not enough.
Yeah.
They're juicing me, guys. They're juicing me for all of my creative energy.
Podcasts.
Oh man, I don't hate it. I
No.
don't hate it.
I don't. Yeah.
It's the currency of the future.
Yes.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
No, it's I like whenever people make fun of us, rightfully so, for like doing podcasts, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is how I live.
Yeah. No.
So, like,
this,
I don't
is,
know.
this is how I exist.
Yeah, keep tweeting, guy with a day job.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or, you know.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's fine. I never thought I'd be doing podcasts.
No.
You must understand this. I was a writer, And I was like, no one wants to hear what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned that you can just, if you're, white guy, you can just talk.
Let me tell you.
And it doesn't really have to be about anything. You don't have to have a good point.
No. As a matter of fact, bad points are most podcasts.
That's how you make the real podcast bucks.
Right, the Joe Rogan money.
If you have shitty opinions.
Yeah, it's funny too because not on my radar when I switched careers and I was like, I think I'll just make a living doing stand-up comedy. Turns out you can't do that.
Yeah, but podcasting.
Yeah,
we should film the episodes and read news stories to each other, and smoke cigars. You guys want to do that?
We could.
I used to be a cigar guy, and let me tell you, I got a deep draw, and I used to puke every other time. I got these strong ass lungs.
Can one of us wear a cowboy hat for no reason?
I
would like that.
Absolutely.
I have one.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
That
We got our cowboy
Jeff
guy.
is
We're
claiming the cowboy hat.
Yeah. Bam. All right. It's a good plan.
Yeah,
You're a good player.
Yeah. I think I'll be guy with irritating laughs since that's what I am already.
I was gonna say that's what I am already.
That's what all of us are. Let's be honest.
And nobody likes hearing their own laughter. I think that's what it comes down to.
Mine's my laughter is a song. So
yeah, okay.
It's a symphony. It's a symphony of emotion.
Yeah, I'm a songbird when I laugh. Are you kidding me?
It's the highs and lows of humanity contained within a single noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's a song.
Yeah, it's hearing the voice of God.
Mm-hmm.
My laugh is a song, but it's a song by Too Short.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a beautiful Disney song. It's
right.
It's me being I don't fucking with you.
It's a commercial jingle.
Yeah.
But not even a national one, one of those local ones.
A local, like a local carpet store.
Yeah.
It's like a Bob's Discount Furniture, which
exactly.
Isn't local anymore, is it?
No,
Bob's
and they
Discount?
replaced Bob with Puppet Bob, and I don't like it.
Well, he's getting up there. He could already be dead.
They're preparing the puppet for the ceremony to receive his immortal soul.
Yes, exactly. There were local commercials back home. Dave, you might remember them. They were Dean's Home Furniture back in Massachusetts, and you had all these there was Jordan's Furniture and Bernie and Phil's and Bob's, which were these really well-known sort of trusted brands, I guess. And then there was Dean's Home Furniture, and I swear to God, it looked like the guy got out of jail 3 years ago. And he's like, can you...
I don't remember Dean.
And he'd be like, can you get a couch, 2 end tables, a sofa, a love seat, and a coffee table for $8.99? I doubt it. And it was such a great, probably, but I don't think so vibes to it, where I was just come on, man, stand up for what you believe in, Dean.
I'm not going to bother to fact check this, but I feel like that's not true.
I doubt
that's a really good deal, though. Now that I'm older, I'm hearing that, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I get excited about furniture prices
Let me tell you, I bought a Bob's Discount Furniture living room set for, it was the $900 or whatever, and one of the crossbars on my sofa snapped immediately.
Yeah, that checks out.
Me and my roommate were both big dudes. He was 6'7", and we one of us sat on it and it just immediately went Doom. And I was yeah, that's right.
Glad it didn't.
Bob!
It's punches through it and impales one of you.
Yeah, it's not good stuff. It's when you're
it's discount furniture.
Yeah. When your cross beams are particle board, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh.
We should probably get into the show.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you want to do fucking Furniture Cast?
Yeah.
Furniture Cast.
I'm just saying, I'm content to keep talking about discount furniture, but one of us has a pinball league to get to, and it's not me.
I do. I could talk about hassocks all day.
Yeah. All right. Well, producers. We need to name producers, and I want to do that now.
I would love it if you would do that, Dave. Stop talking about it.
Sounds good.
I stole it from you guys, so that works.
Hey, big thank you to the Indignant Eel. Thank you very much. Thank you to Look Ma, I'm on a podcast. Happy podcast day. Thank you to Children Love the Meat Millie. Thank you to Grumblebee.
Right.
Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid. Thank you to Del Griffith, the shower curtain fella. Thank you to Left. Thank you to Seismic Charge Noise. Thank you to Deborah is awesome. Barbara is great, and cancer can go to hell. I'm not sure if I was supposed to switch that back yet. I'll check on that. But thank you. Thank you to Numino Ultra Microscopic Silico Volcano Coniosis Jones. Thank you to the baby from Eraserhead. Thank you to Chiz Lily Tits. Thank you to these 7 Bs.
Let me jump in here. Thank you to Breezy Reezy. Thank you to Davey Francis for the Revenge. Thank you to MVB. Thank you to Chester's Prophet. Thank you to Definitely Not Guillermo del Toro. We're on to you, buddy. Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows. I sure do.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bob Grenville. Thank you to Steven. Thank you to Down Home Chicken. Thank you to Han Toomey, the Confused Cyborg.
Thank you.
Thank you to Asking Seven. Thank you to Happy Ed 209.
Thank
you to Tom and Dave are good writers. Follow them at Collider and some more news.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tiger George Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Beautiful.
And thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you.
Wow, we've got some trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's jump right in with Licorice Pizza. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's.
Yeah, it's a new PTA movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
got bored.
You got bored?
You got bored?
Yep.
I got opposite. I thought this was a solid trailer because it's about nothing.
Yeah, well, I guess
It's about like being a teenager in the 70s.
But it's like, this looks fucking exciting.
Does it?
I don't know.
Does it look exciting or does it look good?
He gets
Because
arrested.
those are two different
Bradley
things.
Cooper.
It looks good. I love
and...
the fact that Bradley Cooper is playing John Peters.
Is that what he's playing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
That part's great.
Yeah. Where he's trying to get him to pronounce. He's like, you know who my girlfriend is? Barbara Streisand. No, Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
But he
that was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, no, this has it had kind of like more adults Adventureland vibes, where it's just like, oh, this is just like a coming of age being a teenage thing. Yeah, I've seen these. And it's
it's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes. Yeah, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. The male main character is Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid, Cooper Hoffman.
No,
he only got.
I think I knew that at some point about it.
Cooper only took one name, huh?
Yeah, he only gets one name. Yeah, he didn't get two.
He didn't get. So Philip got buried with the middle name.
Yeah, he took it with him.
Cooper Seymour Hoffman. Now that would have been something.
Yeah, that would have been a real sight to see.
Because we'd literally be seeing more Hoffman after losing one.
Yeah, so it would serve multiple functions. It would serve that function, also be carrying on the name, but then it's also just a fun word game.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a shame to see Sean Penn, but that's
I didn't even register him until like the credits popped up at the end. I was like, oh, I guess that was Sean Penn. Okay.
It's always like, oh, that's a shame.
He smiles.
I mean, it's still good.
He smiles in the movie, and I was like, I forgot he does this in movies sometimes.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. That's right.
He's like
sometimes he's happy.
He's like riding a dirt bike or something, or a motorcycle, and he's like having like a wahoo moment. And I was just like, that doesn't seem like Sean Penn. He should be getting killed.
That seems like an emotion he purged from his body long ago.
Yeah. Did he? He must have just punched a cameraman and took off.
I was going to say, like, so Sean Penn doesn't say wahoo. He smokes a bunch of cigarettes and punches people.
Yeah. Tom Waits.
Yes. Tom Waits looks incredible as some kind of unhinged film director. I'm into it.
Yeah. I didn't spot him, but I guess John C. Reilly. It's always good to see John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
In general. Maya Rudolph showed up.
Yeah, she's just like out of nowhere. They're just like, and Maya Rudolph with short hair. Yeah. And you're like, all right, yeah, that's of course.
Like, shit. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, man. You're right, where it's like, the plot isn't particularly interesting. This is one where it's like, it's completely like, Paul Thomas Anderson, and here's a bunch of actors, and it's like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, see, I'm opposite in that, where I don't like the fact that they're like, it's this new movie by a director, and you're just immediately supposed to be like, I want to see that. Like that to me, where like it's just like, oh, this auteur did it. Like I need to want to watch the movie that the good director made.
But the thing about Paul Thomas Anderson is that most of his movies are like this, where you're just like, oh, I know that's going to be a hell of a thing. The fact that he's directing it and wrote it is like, oh, yeah, I know this is going to be fucking out of its mind in a specific way. So, like, that promise to me does tell me that the movie isn't just like, oh, it's not just coming of age. It's going to be interesting in other ways that's going to really appeal to me.
I want it to be like wild sci-fi. Like I
That would
want
be
it
great.
to like you go in there and you're expecting this, and then all of a sudden it goes off the fucking rails.
Right. It's like you look at There Will Be Blood and you look at the trailers. It's the fact that it's like, here's Daniel Day-Lewis. Look at what he's doing. And this is a Paul Thomas Anderson film. And it's like, yeah, that's all I need to know. For that to be amazing. Or The Master.
Well, The Master,
whatnot.
I mean, yeah, the Master's like tangentially about Scientology, so it has that hook to it.
But his movies have always been like meandering scene to scene. Like they're slow.
I'll tell you, like the one, like I definitely understand where Jeff's coming from, because I still haven't seen it, but I got that feeling hard from like the Phantom Thread trailer. I'm like, boy, I know this is probably good, and I'm just never gonna want to watch it.
Yep. This looks like a perfectly good movie that I have zero interest in seeing.
Exactly. But this movie is not that for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like when Tarantino did Death Proof, and I'm like, I'm fine. Like I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm sure it's perfectly fine and great in what he was going for, but it just didn't interest me.
It's actually one of my favorite Tarantinos because it's the least Tarantino feeling thing, or less than his other stuff. I don't know. We don't have to talk about Death Proof, but
fine.
I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. I just don't have enough time to watch all the things. So I gotta something like I gotta want to see a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just somebody being like, no, this generic movie is good. I'm like, I bet it is. All right, bye. Like,
I have to protect my time.
Yeah,
because it is so valuable.
Yeah, it's like they're like, check out Moana, and I'm like, someday maybe, but I'm good.
That's fair.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man.
I mean, can it be both?
It can be both.
Fine.
We are old, us three. We are three olds.
Oldish. We're oldish.
We three be the olds.
We got like another 10 years in us. It's fine. But yeah, Licorice Pizza. Everybody's talking about it. It's the thing. And you're right. It's gonna. I don't know. I can see this being. It's the one thing with like, I used to be better at this, but like I can see this like just showing up on streaming in a year and me going, oh right.
Yeah.
And then watching it and having a great time.
I would have maybe red boxed this in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on.
Well, I was gonna say next trailer is Blush. Man.
Yeah, this is a short film produced by Skydance Animation for Apple TV Plus. And Jeff, you put in the notes, this seems like a Pixar movie in the same way as when DC tries to make a Marvel movie. And it's funny that you should say that, because you know who's the head of animation at Skydance now?
Is it Zack Snyder?
No, it's that. Oh, now his name just flew out of my head. It's the Pixar chud that had to leave because he couldn't stop sexually harassing people.
I was going to say.
Oh, is it?
I was going to be like, is it Dave Bautista?
No, it's not Dave Bautista.
No,
it's oh my god, what the fuck is that guy's name?
It's Pixar chud.
Pixar chud.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, John Lasseter.
Oh, okay.
John Lasseter.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, yeah. Fuck this then.
This looks like it looks like one of those movies where you see it and you're like, Brother Bear, was that actually Disney?
Yeah.
Or like Over the Fence.
Well, the
or
anime,
something like that.
She looks like one of the Inside Out emotions.
Yeah.
The alien.
Yeah.
If I knew this was a short, I wouldn't have even put it on. But I'm glad we're talking about this because that's why when I saw this, I was like, yeah, it sure looks like they're trying to be Pixar.
Yeah, it's an astronaut meets an alien, and they have like a love story that spans their entire lives, and it's going for the same kind of stuff that Pixar.
And then
goes
she
for.
lays her eggs in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And now that I know it's a short, it's just like, well, yeah, just watch the trailer. I mean,
Yeah. Seems
look-
like I
like
got
that's-
everything I need from that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do hope that. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to happen, but I would love for a movie to come out like this with this sort of presentation to be like, oh, it's Pixar and it's a timeless love story, and it is just she scoops his eyes out and just fucking rams an egg sac in his skull.
It'd be so great.
it would be amazing.
Yeah, like that's as I'm watching, because it looks like somebody at animation school's thesis.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't. It looks like someone trying to do Pixar, but just being off by a little bit.
Yeah, it's off-brand Pixar.
It's like
for
you
sure.
you ordered Coke, you got Pepsi, but they didn't say it, and you're drinking it, and you're like, I think this is Coke, but it's not.
Yeah.
And And that's not fair, I guess, but, sorry, Pixar.
Yeah, I think this is Sam's Club Cola.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
I'm pretty sure this came from a can that said the word cola on the side.
Yeah, I think this Dr. Pepper is actually Dr. Rocket. Order this.
My absolute favorite was Mr. Pepper, which was the Food Lion brand.
We had Big Y had Dr. Radical, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I like Mr. Pepper because that's a Dr. Pepper who lost his license.
Yeah.
He accidentally killed somebody in the surgery table.
Lost his malpractice insurance because of too many lawsuits.
And that is a perfect for an off-brand drink where you're like, this tastes like a Dr. Pepper that lost its license.
Yeah, this soda tastes like it molested a patient.
Yeah, it does. This tastes like a soda that was determined to be unsafe to the public.
Yeah. So that's Blush. I feel like we can just move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Let's go to
because the next one is Extraction 2. The trailer being most of the end of Extraction 1.
The entire trailer is just like, yep, he's alive.
I was like, that's lazy.
I watched this and I just went, what the fuck?
What I love is that the trailer begins with the idea of like, it says something like, in 2018, a hero was born. Like, you all know Extraction.
They say, what's funny is they said 2020, and that was like not that long ago. It wasn't.
This movie came out 14 months ago, guys.
Wow.
And they're like,
and it feels like it's decades ago.
Yeah. Look, man, if the only way I'll be happy with them doing this movie, because I liked the ending. I was like, oh, good, he died. Fantastic. That's good. I like a final ending.
They tease that he didn't die.
They make it a little ambiguous at the end. Yeah,
sure, but come on. Yeah, like let him die. Let
him be dead.
But
not
then,
everything needs to be a franchise.
I want him to jump out like Jason Voorhees and just start kicking the shit out of kids again.
Yes.
Yeah. Just going it'd be so great if it's the Jason Voorhees thing where he drowns and then he comes back as a zombie. And he's just kicking the shit out of kids.
A hot waterlogged Hemsworth.
Yeah, I think Netflix. They're both right and wrong. Netflix is both right and wrong about things. Where like I was just talking to someone about Tiger King, where it's like Tiger King got a lot of views, not by me, but it was because it's the start of the pandemic. Everybody needs something to watch. Netflix is looking at the analytics and they're like, yeah, let's do it again. And in the sense of Tiger King, I think they're going to be disappointed. In this, I think it's the same thing where, like, I didn't care for Extraction, but a lot of people liked it, but no one loved it, I don't think. We're not talking about
I love that 10-second scene where he smacks the Christ out of a bunch of kids.
Tom's Collider article was quite polished.
I broke it down.
Yeah. But, like, I think Netflix, they're looking at a spreadsheet and they're like, oh, wow, this is the biggest thing ever. Let's make a sequel.
Yeah.
And I think they're wrong because I think it's more like people are like, oh, this is on Netflix. That said, this is also going to be on Netflix, so I'm sure it will do just fine.
Yeah.
They aren't wrong ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this trailer is really flexing.
Yeah.
Like they're like, you loved the first one. It's like, we watched the first one.
Yeah, we all watched the first one. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah.
It's like, we did watch the first one because everyone was dying outside.
Yeah.
We had to love the first one because it was a distraction from all the doom.
Right. It's like...
Right.
It's
instead of extraction, it should have been called distraction.
Right.
Right.
It's
shit. It's like if the upcoming booster shots really felt themselves too.
Right, yeah.
They're like,
you remember that
vaccine
you took in
April?
Well, guess what? It's back.
You love
it. Like,
good?
You love Pfizer Part 1.
You love your polio vaccine. I'm like, I do, but I hope I don't have to take it again.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever, man. Yeah, it basically he just they show the thing that the teaser at the end of the movie implies, which is he was in the river and then he got out. And it's like, I mean, of course he did.
He was just alive. He was just taking 5.
Yeah.
He was like, I got shot in the throat. I better just rest a little at the bottom of the sea before I come back up and start kicking more extraction ass, or I don't know. I don't know.
It's just very. I don't know. And then they did a hashtag like he's alive, and I'm like, who? Like, I guess that is his name.
That hashtag is not going to take off, guys.
Yeah, fast forward to somebody earnestly posting that.
There's going to be someone. There's always fucking nerds out there who are willing to like dive into a fucking hedge trimmer to defend like Disney or like their favorite. Their favorite. There's always going to be those conglomerates.
People who
standing wood chipper.
Do exactly
I could not remember
want.
what a wood chipper was called. That's what happened a second ago, guys.
Okay. Yeah, it chips wood, Tom. Turns wood into chips. It's a wood chipper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
all connected because the character's name is Rake, so it's all just gardening equipment.
His name is Rake.
Mm-hmm.
That's very funny.
Yeah,
that's the comedy.
Right, because nobody's called that.
Nobody's called Rake.
Yeah. No, this is like I love when you do an earnest, like this has Rambo vibes where you're like in the beginning it's like you have this character who's like a badass, but ultimately, loses the final end goal because they just want, or whatever, because he fucking dies, and then they're like, now let's bring him back to make him RoboCop.
Yeah.
Like, let's make him invincible.
That would be the thing that makes me go, fuck yes, if he becomes like a cyborg or something. Like if they just, I don't know, the first one wasn't that campy either, and maybe it needed to be more of that. It needed to be more something to make me remember it, because besides him beating up kids, I can't tell you a single fucking thing that happened.
I'll tell you
in
what he
movie.
does. We're led to believe that he and David Harbour would be an even fight.
Right. They get into a fight where David Harbour suplexes him through a coffee table.
Forgot about that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
damn right it is. After the Netflix overlords released David Harbour into the wild.
Oh no, poor David Harbour.
A wild David Harbour appears.
You guys want to talk about this next trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys want to move on from this to Disney's Encanto?
Sure.
Which is, it seems to be about a cursed house that a family has decided is like magical. Yeah. But it's just haunted, right?
Yeah, it's
like
haunted as
the house
fuck.
is evil.
It seems, but like you're saying cursed and haunted, but like ain't nobody having a hard time in that house.
No, they are, though.
Yeah,
that's the inciting incident.
You see, Dave was being reductive for the purposes of comedy, Jeff.
Oh, I see. Because the bad part is that the people become normal. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I would hate
It's a magic family, except for one girl, and she has to find her power. I'm guessing she'll find it.
Yeah.
Or it would be really cool if she didn't, and she's just like, that's fine. Or she buys a gun.
Yeah,
that's
like,
your
this
power.
Is my power. That's your fucking power.
Yeah,
right
there. She shows up like Chris Hemsworth in Extraction 2.
Starts beating the shit out of kids. No, it looks good. Like I like the standard Disney animated films.
This looks classic Disney in a weird way. Maybe that's because Disney, like Beauty and the Beast, that's another hellbound house. That's a cursed house filled with soulless, magic people. And so I don't know. I definitely got like classic Disney vibes from this.
Yeah, it's definitely, but with the added bonus of them being like, hey, people that aren't white can be in movies.
Yes.
Which I was like, oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Disney being like, did you know there are people who aren't white? We learned this a few years ago, and now we're going to make movies about it.
We're going to spread the good word that not everyone on the planet is white.
Yeah. Ever since Coco, people were like, oh, shit.
This looks solid. This does look really solid.
It looks good, yeah. It looks like classic Disney.
Yeah. I'm pretty darn excited for this. Like the first trailer of this didn't really do anything for me, and this one I'm like, like it's cute. The thing's gonna eat the mice. It's fun. It's fun.
Who among us
hasn't tried to eat mice?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I've stopped myself like 2 or 3 times just during this recording.
They're delicious looking.
They're bite sized. They're mice.
Yeah, and they're full of all sorts of neat diseases. There's a lot of fun stuff.
They're crunchy. They're sharp.
Yeah. Minerals.
A lot of minerals. A lot of sediment.
Vitamins in them.
Vitamins. That crunch means it's working.
Yeah, they're like little Whole Food snacks, you know?
Yeah.
Little protein bites.
Yeah.
Next trailer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Attack of the Hollywood Cliches. This is like, to me, this feels like, oh, remember like I Love the 80s? Like this is that sort of trash.
Guys, it sure is. Because I was like, oh, when's this coming out? And then they were like, yesterday. And I was like, fantastic. And I watched it. And then I was like, yep, that's all stuff I knew. Like,
that's what it feels like. It's like, here's a bunch of stuff you know, and we're going to interview people.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like they do sections. It's all about, it's all cliches. And it's like, here's where it started usually. And then they're like, and now here's some examples. Like, ooh, car chases. Here's the French Connection. It's pretty tense, right? And here are the Fast and Furious movies. Things amped up. All right.
Yeah, it's I Love the 80s.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about things you remember, and we're just going to talk. I think Netflix, in terms of documentaries, is really trash.
No,
they're real bad.
I'm gonna actually show up and disagree with you guys on this one.
Good.
Their sports documentaries are unbelievable. Like their their untold stories.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Like and here's the thing: you don't even have to like sports. And as a matter of fact, the less you like sports, the more enjoyable the documentaries are. Which I've found. I've always found like I enjoy documentaries about shit I don't know about. Because like, you know, they do like the Toys That Made Us, which obviously, you know, that's like more of a quirky style. But like their mushroom documentary was really good. I happen to like their documentaries. You know, they're definitely more entertaining than like Ken Burns. But
they're leaning hard into. I mean, obviously, because they produce so many of them, some of them are going to be interesting and good. But like they've fallen real hard into churning out these pop documentaries that are just like made by people. It's
just weird trash.
Barely qualifies as I don't know. It's
exploitative and like just I don't know, opportunist and like I don't disagree. They have some good ones in there, but like I haven't seen a good Netflix documentary in a very long time, and it just feels like I mean this is a decline I think of Netflix for a while. Is that I don't go on Netflix unless I'm like, I need to watch the new season of Great British Bake Off, which I do.
Which is great.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
It's right there in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I only click on Netflix with a purpose. Otherwise, it's like, you won't stop screaming trailers at me.
Yeah.
And it's just it's brimming with so much like Netflix original trash. Like there's no like, you know, like I used to be able to just watch like a shitty 90s thriller on Netflix and it just doesn't feel like it's
its own item anymore. Now. I would say High Score is a very good documentary series about like the history of video games that's done very well and they dive into really interesting aspects of it. I would say that the Toys and the Movies That Made Us, some people might find the narration process annoying, but I actually, you know, it's really fun to like, you know, go deeper. They reunited Eastman and Laird for the Ninja Turtles episode. Like,
yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's dope. Like
the Movies That Made Us bugs me in a weird, specific way because it's basically just the special features that used to be in all the DVDs that Netflix assassinated.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up.
In a way,
now that you say that out loud.
Yeah,
because I love my fucking That is a real bummer.
Did you ever watch the Die Hard commentary?
I'm gonna say yes, even though I don't remember.
It's the most boring thing. Like they made Die Hard boring.
That's interesting.
It's like a guy explaining how he did his taxes.
Mm-hmm. But that's what you get. That's that good commentary.
That's that good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the good stuff. One of my favorites is the Fight Club commentary because they put Brad Pitt and Edward Norton in the same room and they're like riffing off each other and having a great time. And Helena Bonham Carter is separate, so they just keep piping her in randomly to say things that seem completely out of context.
I think it's actually Brad Pitt and David Fincher are together in that one.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
But yeah, it is. They clearly recorded Helena Bonham Carter separately, so she will just type in like she's coming in over the PA. Yeah,
with some just random fact, and then it's like, okay.
But yeah, I mean, commentary tracks aren't the only. It's
well, no, the behind the scenes featurettes.
Yeah, they're formatted very much juice. Like the featurettes that we used. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
You discover amazing things. That's how I found out that Beverly Crusher is the choreographer of Labyrinth. They don't point it out. You're just watching the behind the scenes featurette, and Dr. Crusher is there, and I'm like, what is she doing there?
I'll tell you what she's doing there is being a stone cold fox.
Yes, she is, and the choreographer for Labyrinth.
She is, she's like my forever crush, right?
I know. That's why I brought it up.
So I'm into
Another
this.
good example is the behind the scenes for The Matrix Revolutions features multiple Mythbusters. And you're like, what the fuck? Because, that's how they started.
Busting digital myths.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Karate
No,
myths.
they were doing the model work.
Oh, yeah. Gotta
doing
love
the
them.
model work.
Yeah,
Great featurettes for
model.
The Matrix Revolutions.
Anyway, so this is... What the fuck was this? Oh, yeah. Attack of the Hollywood Cliches. This just... I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you guys, you don't need to see it. It's like slightly entertaining, but like Rob Lowe's kind of annoying in it too. You're just like, that's fine.
Right, and when they're talking about the Wilhelm scream, it's the stuff where it's like, did you know? And it's like, everybody knows this.
Oh.
It's that stuff where it's like, did you know this behind-the-scenes fact that's existed in memes for the last, 10 years on the internet? It's such low-hanging fruit, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
like
there's a guy that
really
goes...
They're talking about cliches that are old. I was
going to say there's a guy he's like, we need a new Scream. And I was like, hey, fuck you. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, get out.
All right, I want to talk about the electrical life of Louis Wain. So interesting fact, apparently all dudes from like the 1920s look like Benedict Cumberbatch, according to film.
I know.
Because does he get sick of playing eccentric old people?
No, because he's got old face. He's got 1920s face.
Yeah,
he does. Also, I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked, but did I see Nick Cave in this trailer?
Yes, you sure did.
You sure did.
Because I had the same reaction. Yeah. I was like, was that fucking Nick Cave?
I am in. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cats. But it's like Nick Cave, cats, whatever the fuck this is. I'm like, yeah, sign me up.
I was like, I got, as I was watching this, I was like, man, I'm falling asleep during this trailer. It's like a 3.5 minute trailer too.
It's long.
And
it's long.
I was like, what is happening here? Like, I guess
I don't know.
I guess I'm just like a massive troglodyte because I'm just sitting here just being like, this was boring and I don't want to see the movie, even though it's probably good.
I don't know. It might be terrible, to be honest. Taika Waititi, though, showed up, and it was like, okay. Toby Jones with that hair.
Yeah, it's Toby Jones killing it. Claire Foy's in there. Holy shit. Okay, well, first of all, just real quick, this movie's about like a 19th century artist who made cat paintings. It's a real guy, so that's what the movie's about. Fucking Nick Cave, according to IMDb, plays H.G. Wells.
Of course he does.
Also, Olivia Colman's there.
Yeah.
This is so. Yeah. It's like a parody. Like the way they all look, and it's so British, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, tone it down. And I'm so excited.
The cast alone is one of those things where you're just like, this can't be bad.
Yeah.
But then what if it's like nothing but trouble?
I don't know.
And you're just like, oh no, it is bad. like this cast can't save this film.
Right. Nick Cave is H.G. Wells, though. I mean, my God.
I mean, who among us hasn't wanted to watch that specific thing?
Exactly.
Just the fact that he's in the trailer for like a split second, and both of us were like, is that fucking Nick Cave?
Yeah. I see you, Nick Cave. What are you doing?
He's one of those dudes that you can't sneak in because you just see him and you're like, that's Nick Cave.
Because he looks like cool Dracula. Like he's unmistakable.
Mm-hmm.
There's no getting you can't dress him up differently to make him look like not Nick
every
Cave.
room he's in.
Yeah.
So it's
I've been doing some research for a different show, and I've been watching Halloween commercials from the 90s, and there's one where a black and white Dracula is scary, but then he just gets color, and he looks exactly the same, but then he just, like, goes to fuck this girl. Like, now that he has color, he's hot, and she's going to fuck. And I was just like, this is wild. That this is the premise of, like, some commercial agency was like, we have an idea.
Now stay with us. It's a little convoluted.
You know how Dracula's not sexual at all when he's in black and white?
Yeah.
It feels like he has been always sexual.
And then he turns into a fuck lizard as soon as you turn that color on.
I mean, I will say he's a hot as fuck Dracula.
I also have to point out that the last 3 movies Nick Cave has been in, starting with this one, The Electrical Life of Louis Wain, after that, The Private Death of Lizzie Siddell, and then after that, The Assassination of Jesse James.
My God.
So it's like, he's choosing some really specific names here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know what to think about
He's really
that.
into complete sentences.
Yeah. You know why? Because
Yeah.
he doesn't want to have to read the script. He just wants the title so he knows what he's getting into, and he's like, all right, fine.
He's like, what? I need to know what kind of life they had. Was it or death? Was it private? Was it electrical? Was they assassinated?
Was it a cowardly assassination?
Was it cowardly? Yeah. Give me as many details as you can give me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this stupid thing.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah. Are you guys excited for Stranger Things season 4?
Sure. These
Because
kids,
that's
these kids are like, like 40 now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, watching this trailer, it's the first new footage we've actually seen, and it's all the Stranger Things kids, the Stranger kids, investigating a spooky mansion, spooky spook house, and they're all visibly like 19. But
yeah,
I started to think about, like, the Harry Potter movies did the same thing, so it's not like that huge of a deal.
No, not at all.
No, of course.
I don't think I think the pandemic is the only thing that made us think about it, which is like, they clearly didn't want to. They wanted to film this last year,
Right, this was supposed to be out, and they definitely didn't want 3 years to go in between the last season and this one.
But they knew they were going to age.
It's like, what are they going to do? Put like saltpeter in their food or something like that?
Exactly.
I mean, they still probably are.
I still believe that that's what Warner Brothers did to the Harry Potter kids. That's like the one conspiracy theory that I am 100% convinced is real. Is that something medically was done to Daniel Radcliffe to keep
some
him
Warner Brothers producer coming in, like, doing surgeries to shave his bones down.
The odds this motherfucker stays 5'4" his entire life is insane to me. I was gonna say this this trailer starts like it's one of those Hill House things.
That's what I was about to say.
Were you?
Well, the way the kids grow at time, you can see the. Here's the thing about Stranger Things that kind of concerns me, but also it's fine, whatever, is that it does feel like they're glomming onto what's popular as they go. And this felt like, because I assume they rewrote it because the kids got older, it feels like it was written and shot to appeal to, like, the Hill House stuff. To be like, Netflix said, hey, be more like this stuff. And they were like, all right.
Does that seem necessary when you are Stranger Things, when you're like the biggest show on Netflix, to have to appeal to the shittier version of what you are?
Here's my guess. My guess is that the later seasons of this show didn't do as well as Netflix wanted. And I'm guessing that that's that's a concern.
Oh.
I'm completely guessing.
They're crossing over. Because I'm like, Stranger Things has its own pinball machine.
Yeah, and maybe the creator of Stranger Things is listening to this and being like, motherfucker, I wrote that 5 years ago. Like, maybe I'm completely wrong.
Yeah.
But it does feel like they're trying to appeal to newer. They're like, it's like the other new stuff we did that's successful. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a documentary, so Dave's going to hate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
It was funny.
I've enjoyed up to season 3 with Stranger Things. It's all fun for me. So
it was funny to see Steve and then what's his name, Gaten Matarazzo, and like that kid's like almost his size.
I know, yeah.
And I was just like, man, this kid is like, he looks powerful. Like he looks like he could take Steve.
Yeah, he kind of does.
I think I might be hosting his panel at Motor City Comic Con. I'll ask him about it.
Nice.
Which one, Steve or
Gaten Matarazzo?
Oh, word.
Ask him if he can take him.
It's the only reason I know his actual name is because it was on the list of potential ones that I'll be doing. And I was like, oh, yeah, that kid.
Yeah. This looks fun enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure.
Haunted house shit, that's an aspect they haven't explored.
Yeah, not really.
I thought they were going to go more heavy on the summer camp stuff, but I feel like they are going to, this season, do more, as the kids age, they're doing more adult horror. That would make sense, right? To explore horror where the teenagers are victims.
Yeah, but the big problem with that too is that Fear Street just dropped 3 movies that do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That they do like the 3 different forms of teen horror,
and they went for that R too, man.
A hard R.
Yeah,
they went for that R rating.
Yeah, I mean, someone gets
is it?
bisected by like a miter saw at one point in time, and you're like, Jesus Christ, who is this for?
Where are they hitting now? Are they like 89, 88?
Probably must be at this point.
Well, it's Ghostbusters too. They're like, they still have their Ghostbusters stuff, so it was probably like they were probably more likely going for like 86, 87.
Yeah, when's Ghostbusters 2 came out?
89. But they were watching Back to the Future in season 3, which is 85.
Yeah. But now I think they're gonna have to be like, look, they're older.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be probably 88-ish, something like that.
And we'll all be fine.
Yeah. Who cares?
We'll let Finn Wolfhard be dunking basketballs on this. He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
He looks
it's none of their
man.
fault.
He looks like a shaved Abe Lincoln. That kid is so tall and wiry. Like every time I see him in something, I'm like, he's taller than all adults.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2 adults sitting on each other's shoulders.
He's too tall. It's like Stranger Mings. It's like Yao Ming, for God's sake.
You had these locked and loaded, Chuck.
I didn't. That one I just came up with, but I felt good about it.
Yeah, the original season was a bunch of problems where they couldn't reach things. They were up high, and they're like, fuck! So they had to just rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, this kid looks like he took a potion. Like, that should be one of the seasons. Is then, like, we need to find out what's going on with Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
Because
there's rumors that it involves time travel. So maybe that's how they'll do it, where it's like, yeah, we're old now. It's fine.
It's terrifying to see him stand next to the other kids.
Yeah.
He looks like,
get away from that
kids.
man. Oh, it's your friend.
Yeah. Why are
it's your friend, Mike.
Did you guys team up with Slender Man? Like, is that what this season? Oh, no, that's Mike. Slender Mike.
All right.
Slender Mike. Yeah, there you go.
Excited for this shit. That's coming out next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next final trailer. The Sandman.
Fuck
yeah. What is this about? What is this?
This is based off of the Neil Gaiman classic DC Vertigo story of Morpheus, the god of dream.
Got it.
And
it
looks like
good?
The adaptation is very direct from what happens in both the comics as well as the Audible story play.
Huh.
They did a really great Audible released a great sort of narrative play where, you know, they got some really high level talent to play characters. It was pretty rad.
That's cool. The creator
Neil
worked a lot in TV, Grey's Anatomy, I'm seeing here.
Oh.
The TV show
creative consultant on Sex and the City.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Special thanks for the movie Thirst. Screenplay, he wrote Wonder Woman. Is any of this making you guys feel good?
What's making me feel good is how much Neil Gaiman is like, yeah, this fucks. Like,
that's cool.
Neil Gaiman's like on board, and he's, I mean, obviously, what was the one, Stardust? That wasn't particularly great of his, but like Coraline, he was really on board with. You know, it's like sometimes an artist that's getting their stuff adapted is going to be quiet about something because they're just like, I don't fuck with this. Yeah, you know, like Mignola when the new Hellboy came out, and he's like, I don't give a shit about this.
Right. It's. I guess it's the question. Yeah. Are you James Cameron assuring us the new Terminator is amazing, or are you telling us the truth?
And I think this one is that.
Okay.
Like because this is this is Sandman is sort of like the literary Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a brainier version if you can buy into that, because Alan Moore, of course, is Alan Moore, but like Neil Gaiman,
right.
There's a lot of like literary themes in there. Like it's pretty fucking good.
He also has a writing credit in this, for developed by, not like just from the comics. Mm-hmm. So does David S. Goyer. Does that make you guys feel any better?
Yeah.
Better or worse?
I have no connection to this. I've never read Sandman.
Oh.
Yeah, neither have I.
Oh, it's very good. It certainly is a product of the 80s. You know, like if you look at him, he looks like Robert Smith.
Yeah.
The Morpheus character and everything. It's very sort of like 80s goth chic, but it's fucking good. It's so good.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, it's got Chucky Dance in there. I saw Chucky Dance. So
yeah,
like,
LC Dance. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, that's I like Chucky Dance. I feel like this is something people are very excited for.
It is.
I'm sitting here just like with my thumb up my ass.
Yeah, you're doing your best to shit on it.
Well, here's what I'll tell you: the Audible play, like Sandman, is played by James McAvoy, and Death is played by oh god, what's her name? Kat Dennings. Like people respect this property a lot. Mm-hmm. So this is a huge deal.
And
yeah.
It's also just from a production standpoint, it's a huge deal because I feel like this is like they've been trying to develop this for decades now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad they
just
got
keeps
it
not
now.
happening. Yeah. So,
David
the fact that
David Thewlis is in this.
The fact that we're actually seeing a trailer of like legitimate footage from a Sandman adaptation is wild to me, and that's just somebody who's I've never read it, no idea what it's about, but just reading about movies and comic book movies for the past 2 decades. Like just the fact that there's actual footage of a Sandman adaptation,
right.
I understand why people are probably very excited about this.
Yeah, when
this cast is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No,
Patton Oswalt is in it.
Oh,
Gwendolyn Christie is Lucifer.
Patton Oswalt is Matthew the Raven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fucking great. Like this is really good.
This looks. I don't know. Yeah. The trailer looks fine. It's more of like, yeah. I knew there was a lot of hype around this, and they've been trying to make it for a while. I hope it makes a lot of people happy.
I'll tell you that this is the scene that they show you in the trailer is a direct port from the comics, and the results of what they do is like when you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, like it's intense.
That's cool.
You're cool.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, man. No, I mean I'm definitely gonna decide. I feel like it's like too late for me to read it. I don't know.
No, it's not too late. It's an easy read. It's like a smooth read. I'll bring you a copy of Volume 1.
All right.
I just have it. It's like I can literally touch it right now. So you can borrow it.
Touch it.
All right.
Touch it.
Done.
Jeff.
Here.
Yeah.
It's,
No,
it's literally right here.
Touching it, yeah.
You hear this?
How cool would it have been if they took off that mask and it was Thomas Hayden Church, though? Like, that's what we all want, right?
Yep. Trying to get money for his sick daughter.
Yeah.
But
just like a old timey bank robber.
He's his wings guy.
Yeah.
He's unrelated to Spider-Man.
All right, well, that's it for trailers. We should move on to news stories. But first, some more people to thank. Big thank you to Kool-Aid Molotov says, COVID and Greg Abbott can both fuck off, support reproductive rights, comrades.
Yeah.
Thank you to E.T. the Extravagant Terresticle. Thank you to Cody Johnston's Time Machine Noise. Thank you to Pete for Pagel. Thank you to Glitterous, CFO of Michael Shannon's Chocolate Factory. Thank you to subscribe to Jason Pargin's Substack. Thank you to the Midnight Patron with patrons at midnight.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Bad is good. Down with the government. Let me jump in here. Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you to Andrew How. Thank you to Vincent with a Y.
Thank you.
Thank you to Rev MD. Thank you to Dr. DNA.
Ooh, thank
you to Lauren Gucci.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bootler Bootlesson.
Thank you. Let's talk about this.
What the hell is going on in the news?
Apparently, William Shatner's going to space.
Fine.
Sure.
That's apparently William Shatner is in talks to go into space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. So Jeff Bezos, along with being everything that he already is going to be the guy who kills William Shatner, is what I'm seeing from this.
A lot of people were in that line, and he, of course, jumped to the front.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair.
Yeah, William Shatner's, he's 90?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's getting there.
It would make him the oldest person to go into space.
Also, he's not in space shape.
Yeah, I think they'll accommodate him.
Can you do that? Can you just change space travel to accommodate a person?
I don't know. They got to make it more comfortable, right? If they want space tourists. I don't know. This is like, I get it. He's Captain Kirk. I get it. I'm afraid for him. But at the same time, if I got to die while blasting into space, I'd be fine with that.
I would not be.
Yeah.
No, because like you already like, what do you got to prove, William? Like you've done great. I was at his fucking panel at the Star Trek convention this year. He's still very spry. He's still like, right. He was like, it was very animated and I'm like, dude, what more do you need? You're doing great.
Yeah. There's some fucking magic dust that celebrities are getting to cheat death, and I feel like William Shatner was like the first generation to get it, whatever the magic dust is, wherever the death becomes her elixir. I like, because he is like, he's over 90, I think,
and he looks 68.
Yeah, he does. And so it's like, if he goes to space and comes back, that's fucking amazing. I get it. I get what he has to prove. He wants to go to space. He's Captain Kirk.
I gotta tell you, these guys that want to go to space, I'm just sitting there being like, that does not interest me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to space when you put a colony on a different planet to get off of this one. I'll go to space for that. But just to like check it out, and like, I got a pretty good view.
I don't know. It might be kind of cool to go like be drinking a ginger ale and
I don't know.
Yeah,
eating some bagel bites.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, in space.
I haven't seen
looking out the window. There's space.
I haven't seen Belgium yet. Now I got to go to space all of a sudden. Get this out of here.
Well, you can see Belgium from space.
Yeah, but you
That's
can't.
true.
You can't eat the food in Belgium. You have to eat fucking space sticks and shit. I've seen sci-fi.
You can bring the space sticks. The Belgian. You can bring some Belgian food somehow.
It's like a big Belgian waffle on just trying to eat it during the countdown.
Yeah. How amazing would it be to be on the space station and just like whip out a Belgian waffle?
Yeah. Big waffle
like,
maker.
Sorry, everybody. I only have one.
It's like a continental breakfast waffle maker in the middle of the fucking space station.
It gets
just
crammed
flopping
in the
around
machinery.
inside your helmet. Yeah. No, it's all right. I'll just keep the waffle
problem.
inside my hat and my helmet. I can chew on it while we're flying.
Yeah. Oh, it turns out we have a huge problem. Somebody got waffle batter in our life support system. And we got to jettison our $1 trillion space station.
So yeah, William, do that. Do everything we just said.
Yeah, go to space and eat a waffle.
Yeah. Other story. Ridley Scott says he's going to be working on Gladiator 2 soon.
Sure.
I don't know why.
Oh man.
Again, Ridley Scott, also in his 90s.
Yeah, you send him to space too. He can, have a good time.
Have him make Gladiator 2 in space. That's
fine.
Yeah.
Fine. He fucked up Alien Covenant. Let him fuck up Gladiator 2.
I mean, the stuff we know about the sequel, they've been talking about a sequel for like 2 decades now. Like it was going to involve time travel and him being in Elysium and shit. It was going to be real fucking strange.
God, Elysium sucked. I hated that movie so bad.
But yeah, I hope it's still that. It's just, man, is this going to be, like you said, Ridley Scott's super old. Is this going to be his AI where he like dies and then Spielberg has to be like,
comes in and finishes it?
I guess I'll finish Gladiator 2. I don't know. No one needs this. That doesn't mean I won't watch it.
I feel like only Ridley Scott needs this.
Yeah.
Right.
But
who is clamoring for Gladiator 2?
I don't know.
Who saw this news and was like, yes!
I don't think anybody that was in Gladiator 1 wants Gladiator 2.
Russell Crowe saw the news and was like, yes.
He's like,
I mean, it's not like Russell Crowe's hurting for works.
Yeah.
It's like...
Didn't you see him in The Man with the Iron Fists? He was great. He was Jack the Knife.
Yeah. Yeah. I
just fully brandoed out.
That was so great seeing him go on there and just being a complete insane person. I was like, this is all I've ever asked for.
This is like it gives me hardcore like Indiana Jones 4 and 5 vibes, where it's like, yeah, if you had gotten around to this sooner, people would have loved it, but it's a little too late. Maybe we're all set.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish them well. Have a great time making Gladiator 2.
Have fun at Gladiator 2, kids.
Yeah.
All right, should we keep going?
Let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Jeff got pinball. Just got pinball.
Jeff, let's get you to your pinball. Big thanks to Tux. Thank you, Tux.
Woo!
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro. Thank you. Thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Yeah, Norm.
Thank you to Space McNulty. Woo! Thank you. Thank you to Oh Great, It's That Guy. Thank you to Nolan Mayton. Thank you to Andrew Howe McGuire. Thank you for that. It's be difficult. Thank you to AJ. Thank you. Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to Burrito Mouth. Thank you to Mrs. Voidis. Thank you to the Ghost of Dave Thomas. Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank
you to David Knife Boot, Hinson MBA CPA. Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparts Esquire. Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's Confusingly Large Dick Chill.
Thank you.
Thank you to For Snips, the best cat and the best friend. Miss you forever. Back to Funky J after this.
Well, that was
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. for Snips. R.I.P. You were a great cat.
Yeah, you were the best cat and the best friend. Yeah.
Moment of silence for
last
Snips.
but not least, Pie Guy.
Pie Guy.
Poor
Thank
Pie
you,
Guy. Pie Guy had to follow a dead cat.
I know, right?
Yeah, but
I get it.
It happens.
Behind every great man is a dead cat.
It's true. I'm looking at you, kitten. I'm looking at it right now.
For some of us, it's in front of every great man.
I don't know what that means. So, all right, we're done.
Yeah, we're all set. We're all finished here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You guys don't want to riff on that?
Dave, hold on.
What?
Everybody shut up. Dave.
What?
Cut the shit.
What?
All right, you almost got away with it. You almost got out of here.
I almost got away with it. You're right.
But hold the goddamn phone.
All right.
And tell me if you have a movie that deserves more hype.
I do.
You piece of shit.
Get the shit out of here.
This is a new movie. This is coming out around fall. It's not specific. It's coming on VOD. Just keep your eyes peeled for it because it's called New York Ninja, and it's actually a movie from 1984. Folks, martial arts actor John Liu made a movie in New York in 1984 on 35 millimeter called New York Ninja. The project was abandoned during production. All the original sound material, scripts, and treatments went missing. 35 years later, someone acquired it. They acquired the unedited negative. They redubbed the movie. They recut it together. They had to add all new sounds. And the result is New York Ninja. The trailer is wonderful. The poster's wonderful. It's about a man named John whose pregnant wife is murdered in broad daylight. He goes to the police, but, it's New York in the 80s. The police aren't helping. The city is overrun with crime.
Kind of sounds like a problem you need a ninja to solve.
Exactly. And so he dresses as a ninja. He becomes a vigilante. He cleans up the streets.
He specifically dresses like Storm Shadow.
Yes. And he finds himself on the radar of a mysterious villain named Plutonium Killer. I don't need to sell this. It sells itself.
It really does. Folks, look up the trailer, look up the poster to New York Ninja. Everything about this movie every word you just said was a symphony of triumph.
Yeah. It seems like something.
It's the kind. This is so smart because, like, one of my favorite bad movies from this era, of course, is Miami Connection.
Yeah,
which is another movie that was found.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I like those. I like your these modern attempts of doing these throwback 80s camp. They're fun, your Kung Furies and such.
I watched Kung Fury was so fucking try hard that when I was like, and I had people that were like, "Isn't it great?" I'm like, "No," because they're in on it.
Yeah, right. Like, and that's what's beautiful about a movie like this.
Yeah,
exactly. This is what you really should be doing. We need to be finding more of these, digging them up, and giving them a 4K restoration, which is what this is, a 4K restoration, because this is the real shit. This is
This is something
uncut, beautiful, unironic 80s schlock.
Well, we would have. This is something that we would have seen on like Joe Bob Briggs, or like USA Up All Night, or something like that. Like this is one of those flicks. Like it's not going to be good, but it'll be a fun thing to get high with your friends and watch.
Yeah, it'll be authentic.
Yeah, it'll be genuine. Yeah,
yeah, and that's what I'm going to love about it. That's because I bet there's actually some really cool shit in it. And this trailer is like hanging off a helicopter and stuff. And I'm like, I bet that was extremely unsafe. This project was abandoned during production. I wonder if they had to like quickly leave or something.
I honestly feel like the martial arts aspect of it, like with a lot of these movies where they film them in America with like a martial arts star from Asia, only one person is good at martial arts. So it ends up being this thing where like a guy is just dizzyingly beating the shit out of stuntmen trying their best. And
or like Miami Connection was a guy who ran a dojo and it's all his students. So they're all like varying degrees of skilled.
Yeah, it's like what, like Rumble in the Bronx is probably like the only really good example, and that's like it's Jackie Chan doing it when you're like, oh yeah, and then you see like here's what they did in Hong Kong, and you're like, well, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen, and here's what they did in America, and you're like, this is bad.
It is less good.
Yeah,
right. But you'll have to immediately Google New York Ninja.
That poster is just wild. It looks like a Shinobi poster or something, or like a
it looks
Ninja
dope as
Gaiden
fuck.
or something.
Yeah, this is just to echo what everybody else was saying. It's frustrating that a lot of the camp we get now is like you said, Jeff, so try hard and so in on the joke and so obvious, and you can't really do effective camp that way. It has to be genuine. You have to it has to be done in earnest.
Yeah.
It has to be like one of my favorite interviews is with John Carpenter about They Live, where he's just like, I thought it'd be really cool. There, one of them's a wrestler and stuff, like to have like a really epic fight, and it goes for a while, and it's like, oh wow. So that was totally genuine, huh, John?
Yeah, but it's like the reason
like, that's amazing.
There's a reason that people still go to viewings of The Room, and people aren't going to see viewings of Kung Fury, because The Room was made in earnest by people trying to make something, and Kung Fury was like, check out how cool we are.
Right, here's Hitler Viking, and it's like, all right,
you can't create that with another weird example is movies like The Core or Geostorm, where it's like, holy shit, this is perfect. I don't know what kind of movie you thought you had, but it's perfect because again, they don't feel like they're in on the joke. It's just it's hard. You can't recreate it. It's very hard to recreate.
Also, naming a movie Geostorm, which is also the name of a shitty 80s and 90s car, is fantastic.
Perfect, yeah. But yeah, New York Ninja, holy shit.
It looks incredible.
Can't fucking wait.
I'm so excited for an actual 80s action movie I've never seen before.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to watching this while being on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be at Beyond Fest, huh? It's like tomorrow.
Yeah. It'll pop up on VOD soon enough. in time for Christmas, one would assume.
I hope so.
Like,
I'm going to give a copy of this to all of my friends and loved ones.
Exactly. Teach them a thing or two about cinema.
The Twin Towers right there on the cover.
I know that the trailer, they're like, here they are. We can't fake that shit.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Exciting stuff.
Oh, man.
Good for them.
Well, guys, that's a sode. We've done it.
Woo!
Oh, get the H out of town. We did this sode already? Get out of here.
We did the sode. Jeff, thank you so much for being on the sode.
Gentlemen, I am excited to have been on the sode, and I would like to do a sode sooner.
Yeah.
Rather than later.
I love you on the sodes. Do you want to plug stuff? Do you want to say stuff?
I don't know if you guys know this, but I've got cool friends, and I got a podcast called Jeff Has Cool Friends. You can listen to that unedited with extra content at patreon.com/JeffMay, or for free a week later with the swears beeped out. I'll do that. You know what? You want me to hear me curse? You pay for that, motherfucker.
Do it.
I also have more exclusive Patreon content coming throughout the process, as I had said. Also, I don't know if you've heard of Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, but Tom Ryman, who you may have heard on this episode, and I watch Batman on the Gamefully Unemployed Patreon, and I'm sure you'll tell them more about that. You can also check out You Don't Even Like Sports, a sports podcast for people who don't like sports, as well as the Unpopular Opinion podcast, both on the Unpops Network. I got a lot of podcasts. If you're going to be at Motor City Comic Con in the middle of October, me too. Don't be afraid to say hi.
Nice. Everybody approach Jeff.
Do it, man. I'm not famous enough to care about that.
Yeah,
sure.
Fucking come out. Like, I'll buy you lunch.
All right.
He will do that.
I'm going to go into debt having fans. I'm like, you want me to buy you lunch?
Dave, tell me what we got.
It's our turn.
Yeah, you go.
Listen, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. You can go on there for $5 a month. You get some exclusive podcasts, like the one that Jeff just mentioned, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, another one called Fox Mulder is a Maniac, another one called Star Trek, The Next Futurama. Those are all available for $5 a month. If you want to kick in a little extra, we also watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. We are finishing the Final Destination series tonight. So, you know. Yeah, we do it on our Discord. We have a Discord. Destination. Yeah, you jump on the Discord, people will direct you where to go, and you can join in on the fun, and it is fun.
It is fun. I love doing it when I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We also have a store. Head over to GameFullyUnemployed.com where you can check out the link to our Teespring store. We have cool original artwork and fun designs for T-shirts, posters, masks, stickers, all kinds of stuff. So check that shit out.
Yeah.
Do it.
You goofs.
Do it, you cowards.
Yeah, you fucking finks.
And that's how we're ending this.
Yeah! All right, let's get out of here.
Goodbye.
All right,
bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.